Alright, today we're working on 2014 Town and Country. We're gonna be replacing the alternator. Let's just go ahead and start. Just to start, let's take this wheel off. Let's jack it up. This wheel takes even 3/4 of an inch or 19 millimeters. Just take that out and jack it up and start that. Okay, now that we had the car in the air, we are supposed to take this inner fender that goes here, but this car doesn't have it. So let's just go ahead and take this plastic piece to get to it. But before we do that, let's disconnect the battery. So we have to disconnect the battery. Let's do the negative first and the positive second. So these are actually 10 milliliters to take it out. 10 milliliters, just take that battery out of there, loosen these up, right there. And now we got the battery out. To put it back in, make sure you put the positive first and the negative second. So now that we got battery off, we're supposed to take this inner fender over here out, which is held by like clips. They literally just hook to the bumper over here, and a couple of like down here in the bottom, but it's not in this car. So next thing will be this plastic cover over here, which it has two 10 millimeters bolts holding it, one over here, another one over here, and it has some clips down here, like a one plastic clip. So just make sure you take that out. You get to the pulleys and everything in there. So looking for the front. That's the clip I'm talking about right there. Just literally just get one of these. Just get in there and pop it out just like that. That's the plastic clip I'm talking about. And it has two bolts. One right there and another one right here. Well, this one is broken, so I guess we just have that one. Let's go ahead and take that off and keep going. Next will be removing the belt. That's the tensioner belt right there. We're just gonna use this tool. Gonna hook that up in there, and just gonna pry it out with this tube, and just get the belt loose. So once you get the pulley out, let me show you. To get the pulley, you gotta pull this way. You pull this way, that kind of loosen it up, and you just take it out. The best way to take it out from right here, from the water pump. Just take it out from there, and it will literally fall off from the alternator and the AC compressor. Now next, to get some room to work on the alternator, we're gonna have to drop down the AC compressor, which is held by 13 millimeter bolts down here. So two of them, one right here and the other one right here. You just got to take those two, and then there are gonna be two more on top there. If you can see, they have those stubs that we gonna have to take off too, because they get on the way of the alternator when it comes down. Alright, so I got the compressor loose. So we got that compressor actually loose. One thing is that you don't want to take off the lines. These are the AC lines. Just don't take those off. I think the idea is just moving this out of the way so we have more room for the alternator to come out. And like I said, you're supposed to take those stabs out. The only problem, I tried to take the second one out and I broke that. So these, to get that out, you're gonna need this little tool right here, which is a E7. And this is how it looks like. And the reason I think I broke the second one, so this part of the second ball, is because I tried to crank it without removing or loosening up this 13 millimeter nut. So keep that in mind when you're doing yours. Just don't crank this little star looking thing. Make sure you loosen up the 13 millimeter first, and that might save you from what I'm about to go through to get this one out. That one right there. So I'm gonna try to leave it there for now. See if the alternator will come out without taking the last stem out. I'll see what happened. But I definitely need to get a new one and put it back in there. Now the alternator, this is one of the bolts right here. We might have to actually take that, like the stamp too. And the other two bolts, I don't know, they are right above it. But you have to come from the bottom to get them. So they are right over here. I don't know if you can see those. But yeah, that's one right here, and that's the other one. So you gotta take those three out to wiggle the alternator out of there. There's not a lot of room down here, so you might wanna use a lot of some of these tools that actually kind of like, you know, give you an angle to get in there or whatnot. There's not a lot of room to work down here. All right, so this is what I had to do to get to the alternator. I couldn't come from the bottom, but what I did technically was just taking these holes out. This is these holes that goes from the thermostat to the upper radiator. So I just literally took that out of there and moved that out of the way. It literally goes right in here, like right in between here. That's how it goes. So I just took that out of the way, and now have room to actually get to those two bolts and the connections. Don't forget the connections. Before you take the bolts out, make sure you take this connector right here. There is another one, this black piece right here. It's a plastic piece that you have to remove it and remove a bolt from it. So just as a demonstration, this is a piece I'm gonna put in. Just got it out of the junkyard. The alternator sits in the car like this. So then you got these connections over here that you gotta take off. That's what I was trying to explain down there. So you got this literally, this rip thing. You can do it one-handed, but so you pull that back, and then this black piece, you're just gonna push it in and then pull with this little black part right here off, pushed in, you're gonna pull. That's that connection, and then you have this other connection on the car, which is that right there. That right there. I said 13 millimeter, not too added to it, so you're just gonna pull, push in these two plastic pieces, and just gonna push this out of the way, and then you're gonna use a 13 millimeter to get that out. So I got these two bolts out, as you can tell. So this is already loose in there. But I don't have an angle to get a 13 millimeter right there. what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna finish dropping the third bowl, which is, so it says right here, right? Which is this one down here. That one you have to get it from the bottom. Once I get that out, I'm gonna see if I can twist this a little bit so I can get my 13 millimeter in here and take this one out. So yeah, this last bolt down here in the bottom has the stud that you definitely want to take out. So you're gonna use this tool. This is the E7. So technically what I did, I loosened up the 13 millimeter nut, and then I'm gonna finish taking the stud out with E7. All right, so I got it out. This is what it looks like. Again, 13 millimeter E7. So I got that out. Now, if you can tell, it's in an angle. Let's see what it looks like on top. Okay, now that it's loose, I might be about to move it around. Here you go. Yep, let's move it around to get that 13 millimeter out of there. All right, so I got that off. So it's loose now. Now we just have to wiggle it out of there. That had to be from the bottom. That's why we had to remove or loosen up the AC compressor. So now we just gotta wiggle that out of there, and this is how you get it off. Now to put it back on, just literally just follow the same steps you did to pull it out.